Yep. Cowboy Nation is not happy this week. No. Not after that game. That was UGLY. Why? That's all we want to know. Why do we have to be so bad? So what sort of a team do the Dallas Cowboys have? What sort of a team do we have as Dallas Cowboy fans? Well, we have the answer. As of today, as of right now, we do not have a championship caliber football team. At least not yet. I don't want to have to say that. I don't want that to be true, but honestly it is. Because a championship caliber football team would take care of business against a lesser team. And so today the Giants lost, which is nice. Actually, everybody in our division lost, which is good news, but yet we lost too. And so although we're still a game in first place, it's not like we really earned it. We're just kind of the lesser of the bad teams. Woohoo! So, actually we get rewarded. We lose today and yet we're still a game ahead in first place. Which is nice, but that's not championship football. That's not Dallas Cowboy football. That's middle of the road, subpar. So today, Patrick Peterson did not beat us. Beanie Wells didn't beat us. Larry Fitzgerald didn't even beat us. All of those players were kept in check throughout the whole game. And we still found a way to lose the game. So if that's not a sad commentary on the plight of our team, then I don't know what is. A lot of people will look at that game and they will say, okay, the defense failed us. The defense got burned. And that's true. When the game was on the line, the defense failed. Horribly. Yeah, in overtime. But the game never should have got there. The game never should have been set up in that way to where it rested in the hands of the defense to win the game. Rob Ryan is doing a pretty amazing job as the defensive coordinator with the Cowboys. He's working with smoke and mirrors out there. Because this is basically the same defense that we had last year. The only upgrade we have is Sean Lee. And that's a good upgrade. But that's it. The secondary, still full of the same guys that have been getting burned for years. So, with the talent that he's been given, he's doing some wonderful things. But if you're going to go out there against a team and you're going to let them stay in the game for the whole 60 minutes, well, eventually the defense is going to get exposed in one way or the other. And our defense can be exposed in a lot of ways. And so it happened at a bad time, but it never should have got that far. Statistically, the Cardinals are one of the worst defenses in the NFL. And so what did we do against that? We went out and scored 1 touchdown. 2 field goals. Woohoo! We have all this amazing talent on offense, and we can't muster just only the 1 touchdown? What is that? Our defense did a pretty good job against the Cardinals, held them to 3 points in the first half. So how do we reward our defense? How do we reward the guys that have been doing such a good job holding the other team to 3 points? Well, this is how we do it. We come out in the second half and we scored 3 points. Why do we have a history of playing down to the level of competition, playing below expectations? See, the Dallas Cowboys don't know how to do what needs to be done when it doesn't really have to be. We just like to kind of hang out and play subpar football and let teams hang out for the whole game, whether it's good teams, whether it's bad teams. We can hang with either one of them. We can go toe-to-toe with the best teams in the NFL and almost win. And sometimes we do win. But we can also go toe-to-toe with all the worst teams of the NFL and still just end up winning at the very end of the game. Or sometimes, in this case, losing. Because that's what we do. And that's not championship football. Now tell me, has there ever been a team that has iced their own kicker before? Has that ever been done in the history of the NFL? No. To be fair, it wasn't Jason Garrett that actually did it. He made the call, yes, but it was the special teams coach that said, hey, call timeout. And so Garrett said, okay, timeout. So I'll give him the mulligan for that. He was just going through his chain of command. But it certainly didn't look good when you call a timeout and your kicker makes that kick. And then you line up and do it for real, and the kicker misses the kick. And then you go to overtime, and then you get burned horribly on a screen pass for over 50 yards. That's embarrassing. But anyway, this coming week we're going to play the Giants. And technically we could still lose that game and still be in first place. We would be tied for first place, and the Giants would have the tiebreaker because of head-to-head competition. But that's kind of what the Cowboys do. So they might roll out there against the Giants and do the same thing they just did against the Cardinals, which we as Cowboys fans are so excited about. Something's got to be done. Otherwise, this is how our life is going to be as Cowboys fans. And then the only excitement that most of you people will be able to have each week is playing fantasy football, which is how most of us have stayed distracted over the past 15 years. But the Cowboys definitely have the talent, they have the ability, they have the potential, but they just don't do anything with it. They just kind of go out there and play subpar football and just like, hey, yeah, we can do good stuff. But for some reason, we're just a big play team. We go for big plays. And if you watch that game again, you'll see lots of big plays. We kept trying to get upfield and make things happen. But when they don't happen, then we just fall on the turf and die. Now, if we hit on the big plays, then we score lots of points. But if we don't hit on the big plays, we don't know how to drive down the field. We don't know how to actually play football and matriculate the ball down the field and score touchdowns. We just know how to score big plays. That's why we have such a problem in the red zone. Because when you're that close to the end zone, it's not a big play anymore. We do best from outside of the red zone. We can score from out there, which is horrible. We got to work on that. But that's a good lesson that we can learn in our lives. Because a lot of you people have great potential. You have great talent, you have great abilities, but what? What are you doing with it? Are you just sleeping till noon and renting DVDs and sitting in front of the TV all day long? Or are you actually going out there, taking life by the reins and exerting your will into the world? Because that's what we're supposed to be doing as a football team. That's what we should be doing in our lives. So, if anything, let's let the Cowboys' bad example be an example to us. Let's don't be Dallas Cowboys. Let's go out there and actually do something with our life. And do something with the potential and the talents and the gifts that God has given us. Anyway, that's another soapbox for another video. But we're playing the Giants this coming week, and so I'll make another video as a preview for that. And until then, I'll see you in that video.